Hello everyone and welcome to my bold and beautiful official update channel. Dylan is bad news. According to the bold and the beautiful spoilers, we will see more of Dylan, also known as the driver who killed Luna Nozawa, next week. For some strange reason Electra Forrester decides to take Hayes' former art teacher under her wing. But she might seriously regret her decision. What's really going on with the strange new character? Keep reading to find out. On Bold and Beautiful, Dylan is definitely bad news, but viewers can't figure out why. Is Dylan hiding something? Here's what's coming up next week on the CBS soap. Spoilers down below. Electra's slumber party. Electra Forrester has a soft spot for Dylan, and spoilers say she will invite her awkward new friend over to hang out at the beach house with herself and her man Will Spencer Jr. Morrow Crew, the trio have a blast, and Electra invites Dylan to crash in the spare bedroom for the night. That might be a decision Electra will regret later on. When Dylan showed up at Electra's house and announced that she is the driver who killed Luna Nozawa, viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful thought it was creepy. Because nobody would confess to a vehicular manslaughter they didn't commit, no one ever called the police to verify her story. Dylan even went the extra mile and took her apology tour to Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline MacInnes Wood, and Dr. John Finnegan's, Tanner Novlan, house. Dylan could working for Luna. Luna was still alive, according to soap rumors, and Dylan was actually working for her and assisting her in faking her death. If that is the case, then Electra just invited Luna's latchkey to spend the night. Dylan might just be a con artist who is using Luna's death as an opportunity to get close to the Forresters. She has already secured a free night in a posh beach house, and Dylan technically has already benefited from Luna's downfall. Is Dylan someone's secret daughter on The Bold and the Beautiful? Electra Forrester's new bestie Dylan will continue to hang around next week on The Bold and the Beautiful. However, viewers are convinced there's something seriously off with the new character. We don't even know her last name, so we don't know much about Dylan's past. But the writers might have did that on purpose. Is Dylan related to somebody we already know on the CBS soap? Keep reading to find out. According to B&B spoilers, Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, will invite Dylan, Sydney Bullock, to spend the weekend with her at Will Spencer's beach house. Maybe while they are painting each other's toenails and binge-watching Twilight this week, we will finally learn something about the weird new character. Who is Dylan on The Bold and the Beautiful? Since Sydney Bullock premiered on Bold, her character has been known as Ms. Dylan. Her last name has not yet been revealed by the writers. Dylan has been in the background at parties and moonlit as a pre-K art teacher, but we don't even know where she is from or how old she is. In fact, all we know about Hayes' art teacher is that she ran over Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, and accidentally killed her. There's a lot of speculation about Luna's killer, and some rumors hint that she could actually be a stalker and confess to the killing so that she could get closer to the Forrester family. Some fans think that Dylan was dangerous, but another possibility is maybe she is just looking for her long-lost family. There are a lot of Forrester men out there who might have been Dylan's father a few decades ago. She may be Electra's half-sister, and because of this, she is following her around like a lost puppy. B&B spoilers. Is Dylan's last name actually Forrester? It was easy to believe that Luna was Bill Spencer's daughter from a wild one-night stand 20 years ago. Ridge Forrester, Torsten Kay, Eric Forrester, John McCook, Thorne Forrester, Windsor Harmon, and the rest of the Forrester men might have a daughter running around that they never knew existed. Do you think the B&B writers could be rewriting history again and Dylan is related to someone on the show? Is she actually a Forrester? Or the daughter of someone who was wronged by the Forrester family? Thomas Vision, Mistletoe Surprises, Katie's announcement. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the next 2 weeks suggest some twist. Expect Thomas Forrester to explain his vision. Under the mistletoe, a kiss will be exchanged. Plus, Katie Logan Spencer's, Heather Tom, announcement causes controversy. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Thomas Forrester's vision. Before getting to the 2 weekers, let's discuss what is coming up from December 22nd to 26, 2025. Thomas has returned and anticipates returning to his position as lead designer for Hope Logan Spencer, Annika Noel. The problem is that Deke Sharp, Harrison Cohn, had the position, although it was on a trial basis. Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, doesn't deny Deke's talent. However, right now, they need Thomas and Zende Forrester Dominguez, Delon de Metz, on HFTF. Thomas will try to smooth things over with Hope by explaining his vision. However, Hope looks doubtful, so she could be concerned about Thomas' fixations. Katie Logan Spencer's fashion house. She needs to set up a new fashion house with Katie over there. Brooke Logan Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang, supported Katie, but asked for the name of the company. At the time, Katie didn't have one, but she will next week. When Katie announces the name, Brooke responds with, "What's that?" The brunette says it's the name of her fashion house. Both Brooke and Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., have some interesting looks on their faces in the preview clip. Remy Price returns. As for Deke, he will run into Remy Price, Christian Weissman. Remy will support FC when he learns that FC fired Deke. After all, Remy knows how much that job meant to Deke. It was his dream. Deke could inch closer to reuniting with Remy. What to expect otherwise? As for the rest of the week, Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, will continue having therapy sessions with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. The two will just continue to get closer while Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, remains confused and in the dark. Over at the beach house, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, invites Dylan, Sydney Bullock, to stay the night. Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, looks a tad blindsided. However, she quickly agrees, saying she can get better acquainted with Dylan. Christmas surprises. There will also be Christmas scenes as families get together and exchange presents. There will be some kisses under the mistletoe as well. Week of December 29th, 2025. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the next 2 weeks reveal that fans might see some characters ring in the new year together. Fans might see Deke get picked up by Katie's new fashion house. However, what does this mean for Remy? Katie is going to need designers, so I imagine she could poach some of Forrester Creations' most successful talent, so stay tuned. Dylan is bad news on the bold and the beautiful, and viewers can feel it coming. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for next week introduce an unsettling truth that many viewers have already begun to sense. Dylan is bad news, and her presence in Los Angeles is no accident. From the moment she appeared on screen and quietly inserted herself into the lives of the Forrester family, something about her has felt off. She doesn't fit neatly into the canvas, and that discomfort is precisely why fans are paying attention. Dylan, known only by her first name, is being positioned as one of those slow-burn mystery characters that soaps love to unleash right before everything explodes. While she presents herself as awkward, remorseful, and seemingly harmless, the deeper she embeds herself into the Forrester orbit, the more questions arise and very few answers follow. Next week, viewers will see more of Dylan, the woman who claims to be the driver responsible for killing Luna Nozawa. That confession alone should have triggered police reports, investigations, and legal consequences, yet none of that happened. Instead, Dylan was met with sympathy, access, and astonishing trust. In the heightened reality of daytime television, coincidences happen all the time, but this situation feels calculated. Dylan didn't just confess to a tragic crime, she strategically placed herself at the emotional center of the Forrester family's grief. And now, through Electra Forrester's kindness, she's being welcomed even deeper into their private world. Electra, portrayed by Linnea Grace, has always been written as compassionate to a fault. She believes in second chances, redemption, and empathy, qualities that make her lovable, but also vulnerable. When Dylan enters her life as Hayes' former art teacher, Electra immediately takes her under her wing. What starts as an act of kindness quickly becomes a questionable decision that may haunt her. Electra doesn't just offer Dylan friendship, she offers her access. Access to her home, her relationship, her family, and eventually, her secrets. On soaps, access is everything, and Dylan is collecting it piece by piece. Electra's slumber party turns sinister. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Electra invites Dylan to the beach house she shares with Will Spencer Jr., played by Crew Morrow. What's meant to be an innocent night of bonding, a casual hangout between friends, turns into something far more unsettling when Electra suggests Dylan stay the night. The trio laugh, relax, and let their guard down, unaware that this sleepover could mark the moment when Dylan fully crosses from outsider to insider. Soap fans know that no guest ever stays at the beach house without consequences. The decision to let Dylan crash in the spare bedroom feels small, but it carries enormous narrative weight. It's the kind of choice characters make right before everything spirals out of control. While Elektra sees a lonely woman in need of friendship, viewers see red flags waving everywhere. Dylan's awkwardness doesn't come across as harmless shyness anymore. It feels rehearsed, almost performative. She watches more than she speaks. She listens carefully. And she absorbs everything. What unsettled viewers even more was Dylan's earlier decision to show up at Elektra's house uninvited and announce that she was responsible for Luna Nozawa's death. That moment alone sent chills through the fanbase. Who confesses to vehicular manslaughter so casually, without legal counsel, police involvement, or fear of consequences? And why was she allowed to walk away from that confession without a single authority verifying her story? The absence of logic is exactly what makes the storyline suspicious. Dylan didn't stop there. She took her apology tour straight to Steffi Forrester and Dr. John Finnegan's home, inserting herself into another emotionally charged environment. Steffi, already hardened by years of betrayal and loss, listened, but viewers noticed the cracks. Steffi didn't fully trust Dylan, and neither should anyone else. Dylan's need to be seen, forgiven, and embraced feels less like remorse and more like manipulation. Is Dylan working for Luna, or was Luna never dead? One of the most explosive rumors circulating among Bold and the Beautiful fans is the possibility that Luna Nozawa is not dead at all. Soap history supports this theory more than it denies it. Deaths are rarely permanent in Los Angeles, and Luna's sudden exit left behind more questions than closure. Some speculation suggests that Dylan may have helped Luna fake her death and is now acting as her inside connection to the Forrester family. If that theory holds even a grain of truth, then Elektra inviting Dylan to stay overnight becomes downright dangerous. Dylan wouldn't just be a troubled stranger, she'd be a plant, a mole, a key player in a much larger con. Even if Luna isn't alive, the alternative theories are just as troubling. Dylan could be a con artist exploiting tragedy to secure comfort, luxury, and protection. She's already benefiting from her confession, free lodging, emotional support, and proximity to powerful people. On soaps, characters rarely confess to crimes unless there's something to gain. Dylan's confession didn't cost her anything, instead, it rewarded her. That alone should alarm every character on canvas, but for now, only the audience seems fully aware of the danger lurking beneath her timid exterior. The mystery of Dylan's identity. Perhaps the biggest red flag of all is that viewers still don't know Dylan's last name. Since Sydney Bullock debuted on the show, her character has been referred to simply as Ms. Dylan. That omission feels intentional, not accidental. In a genre where lineage defines destiny, withholding a surname is one of the loudest storytelling clues possible. Dylan's background is virtually non-existent. We don't know where she's from, how old she is, or how she ended up teaching art to preschoolers. All we know is that she claims to have killed Luna Nozawa and now seems desperate to stay close to the Forrester family. Some fans believe she's a stalker who engineered this entire scenario just to embed herself into their world. Others believe she's searching for something or someone she lost long ago. The theory that Dylan could be related to an established character refuses to die. The Bold and the Beautiful has a long history of surprise children, secret affairs, and rewritten timelines. With so many Forrester men and decades of romantic chaos, the possibility that Dylan is someone's secret daughter is not only plausible, it's probable. She could be the child of a past fling, a forgotten relationship, or even a woman wronged by the Forrester dynasty. Some fans have even suggested that Dylan could be Elektra's half-sister, drawn to her without fully understanding why. That would explain her fixation, her emotional pull toward the Forresters, and her uncanny ability to slide into their lives so effortlessly. Blood ties have a way of revealing themselves slowly on soaps, and Dylan's story feels primed for that kind of revelation. Could Dylan be a Forrester? The possibility that Dylan's last name is Forrester is the kind of twist this show thrives on. Viewers once believed Luna was Bill Spencer's daughter, born from a long-ago one-night stand. That storyline alone reopened the door to countless forgotten romances. Ridge, Eric, Thorne, and other Forrester men all have complicated histories, and any one of them could have fathered a child they never knew existed. If Dylan turns out to be a Forrester or the daughter of someone deeply connected to them, her behavior suddenly makes sense. Her need to belong, her fixation on the family, and her willingness to cross boundaries would no longer feel random. It would feel inevitable. And if she's the daughter of someone who was hurt by the Forresters, then her presence could signal revenge rather than reconciliation. Soap villains are rarely obvious at first, and Dylan's quiet demeanor could be hiding a storm that's about to tear through multiple families. Thomas' vision and Hope's doubt. While Dylan's mystery simmers, the bold and the beautiful spoilers also tease major developments involving Thomas Forrester. His return to Los Angeles comes with expectations, namely, reclaiming his role as lead designer for Hope for the future. However, the timing couldn't be worse. Deke Sharp has been holding that position on a trial basis, and while Steffi acknowledges Deke's talent, she knows the brand needs Thomas and Zende back together. Thomas attempts to smooth things over with Hope by explaining his vision, but Hope isn't easily convinced. Her doubts linger, fueled by years of emotional scars and unresolved tension. Thomas' fixation, whether professional or personal, remains a concern, and Hope's hesitation suggests that this reunion may be far from smooth. Katie's announcement sparks controversy. Over at Katie Logan Spencer's storyline, a new fashion house begins to take shape. Supported by Brooke but met with visible concern from Ridge, Katie finally announces the name of her company, and the reaction says everything. Brooke's confused response and Ridge's telling expression hint that this business venture could reopen old wounds and ignite new rivalries. Katie's fashion house isn't just a professional move, it's a declaration of independence. And if she begins poaching talent from Forrester Creations, the fallout could be massive. Remy returns, alliances shift, and Christmas brings surprises. Deke's run-in with Remy Price adds another layer of emotional complexity. Remy's support could pull Deke back into old dynamics, especially as career setbacks leave him vulnerable. Meanwhile, Deacon's secret therapy sessions with Taylor continue to push boundaries, leaving Sheila in the dark and setting the stage for yet another explosive reveal. As Christmas approaches, mistletoe kisses and family gatherings promise warmth on the surface, but underneath, tensions are building. Dylan's overnight stay, Thomas' return, Katie's announcement, and unresolved secrets all converge as the year comes to a close.